Hey, we're looking at Monday. I'm back from Puerto Vallarta. It was delays there. I wouldn't believe it. There was like a 2-hour delay, and then the plane was ready to take off. It was flying. It was on the runway, full power. Then it stopped. A warning light came on or something about a side door being open or not locked properly. So we ended up turning back, which was a bummer. Anyways, then we took another airplane. Had to take your luggage off, put it back on, and we got home like 3 in the morning. It was a nightmare. Anyways, it was a good trip. Didn't find much treasure, but it was still fun. Fair amount of coins, 3 silver rings, cheapos, just bands, cheap wedding bands. Okay, so I just cleaned my van out a little bit, vacuumed a little bit. Vacuum broke down, so I ended up cutting the cord off and chucked it. I got it from one of my demo sites. Anyways, it got clogged up because I had a little bit of paint spilt and had to clean. It was still a little bit wet. So I threw this blanket down here for now, and that carpet until I get a really good carpet. I'm gonna get a full length carpet in here, which will make it a little bit easier for bringing stuff in and out. The van's already, I got, cuts everywhere, and I'm not worried about the interior, to be honest. If I had kids still, when they were babies, it'd be a different story. They're all grown up, they got their own cars. I brought this basically for a work vehicle, moving the stuff back and forth, demo stuff and so on. And I had a car for so many years. I had that Jetta, 2008 Jetta, and anyways, I went back to Germany. We had emission issues and stuff, so I ended up buying this van. It's a rebuild anyways, so I got it at a good deal. It's not like I paid $20,000 or something for it. I got it basically. Even if I thrash this van, I would still get half the money back in about 4 or 5 years. So to me, it doesn't matter. It's basically a work vehicle, and that's what it is. So I'm outside my alley. First piece of trash found. Someone ditched it here. First piece of scrap metal. That's coming with me. So you just don't know what stuff's being chucked everywhere, but that's okay. So my yard, I just got to clean up my yard a little more and sort some of the garbage out. So we already started my pile here. Let's start my pile here with all these vacuums. Yeah, like I say, the vacuums, they don't have much in it, but I can sneak them in the load. I've done it for lots of times. They look at them, they don't see too much, but one guy docked some money off my load, but I don't think it was something to do with vacuums. I think he just had a bad day because every other guy had no issues there. A shred load is a shred load. It's not like it's pure steel. They're not giving us top dollar. They're giving us a shred price. But anyways, gone for a week. I'm not sure the prices are. Back at that apartment building, I noticed my worker told me that there's a lot of material there, a lot of metal. There was two suites that were so dirty up there. They had so much metals, a couple computers and electronics and just metal, like just junk metal that he had hoarding the building there. So I'm gonna go pick it up tomorrow with my big truck, because my van, it'd be too much for my van, so I'll take the big truck. So I'm just gonna move this stuff to one area, put them in the garbage cans. Try to tidy up here. Also, I need to show you. Well, I showed you these before. Very, very little brass in here. Like, it's maybe not worth it. I don't know. I might just have to smash them. It's a porcelain. It's actually a fuse panel where the 4 fuses went in here. But there's a little bit of copper in there. Not a lot. There's a pail there. Then also, this came out of the fuse boxes here. These I have to figure out how I'm going to clean them. See, they have epoxy on some of them, and that's a slate. It's actually a slate. It's not asbestos. I was worried about asbestos, but no, it's slate. So there's not a lot here, but I mean, it could be like 4 or 5 pounds of copper here if I clean them. They're not going to buy it because there's too much waste there. It's too dirty. I don't think they would buy it, but who knows. If I have an off time when I'm nothing to do, I might clean those. Okay, just want to share those with you. Okay, I still have all these all these printers here. Look, I got a lot of printers here. I need the board, so I don't want to scrap the printers without taking the board out. I'll show you the board over here. I'll show you the printers actually. These are all the printers here. You know, I just need time. As soon as I have the time, like I say, I'll pop all the, just the one board. I only care about the board. I don't care about nothing else. The main brain, which has got the gold bearing, gold bonding wires on the IC chips. Not sure how many there'll be in there, but there's probably a couple anyways. And some of the bigger ones that are actual scanners and printers and all in one, they get a better board. And you know, the cheap ones gonna have very little. These are my keyboards here. Well, those are the keyboards I had kicking around, but I have a whole box on the other side. And there's the rest of my TVs here. Got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 TVs there. These are CRTs, which need to be cleaned too. And then I'm gonna go from here. I got 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 TVs there. And then I got another 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So at least 25 monitors and TVs mixed in. Like this printer here is a good one. It's a big one there. The TVs are fast, just a bunch of screws and a couple of boards and that's it. The printers, like I say, some have you know, security screws in there, they're hard to get out. But when I do find them in the alleys, I'm ripping the top cover off because I need the main board. I think it's got a security screw here, see? I have that one. See the board's right here, I see the IC chips there. So you just take that top cover off, and then the rest is actually shreddable materials. See, it's all steel. Most of it's steel there. Okay. Yeah, so I have another TV here too. So at least 25 minimum. These are the keyboards here. Not really worth anything, but I just don't know if I can throw them in shred, because if I throw in a shred and it weighs a couple pounds, maybe say 3 pounds, could be 4 pounds even. Say 3 pounds at 7 cents, 21 cents, right? How many mylars do you need? How much time you need to make you know, a gram of silver, right? I think it took about 20 keyboards with double mylars to make a gram. I watched it on YouTube, so it's probably most likely I'm just gonna throw in the shred. You know, not all continuously, just throw 3 or 4 there, 3 or 4 there, and over time. Because if I throw too many in there, they're gonna give me for plastic. But there's people that buy keyboards for 20 cents a pound. I looked all over the internet. There is people out there that they pay for that stuff. So there is a market somewhere, but not locally here for us. Right, and I got a couple computers here. Well, I got this. I want to show you. This is like a security panel, but look at the beautiful chip in there. Big IC chip. A couple smaller ones. Like, you know, these 3 chips for sure I'm popping out. Those for sure are gonna have gold bearing, gold bonding wires. Right, so that needs to be done. And I got 1, 2 computers there, 3, 4, and then a bunch of laptops and different things. I got a laptop from that building there, but you know, it might have been good, but the problem, you know, they were actually damaged already, half broken. I'm gonna take them apart. I was thinking of selling them the way they are, because there's a guy, they pay $1 a pound right now. The laptop's complete, but it's have to have the battery, they said. If it doesn't have a battery, they don't want it. But I'm thinking just take it apart, just for something to do. So these are all project things. There's actually more computers down there. I'm just gonna basically keep piling stuff up and until you can't find nothing, right? I mean, eventually it starts drying up a bit, right? But just going to be selective on what I'm going to scrap. Like all these DVD drives, I'm taking just the board out. 4 screws, take the main board out, chuck it and shred. Just the board, that's all I'm going to bother. I usually take apart to nothing, but then I have a bunch of waste, it's not worth it. Just take out 4 screws, pop out the board, done. I'm not going to worry about the laser or anything in there. It's not worth my time. Okay, that's it for now. Hopefully I can do some street scrapping later. Stay tuned. I just want to show you what was in this printer here. And you know the job I did on before I left, when I crammed my car, there was a bunch of little tools. Perfect tools. Nice screwdrivers. Torques. I know the Torques or whatever they're called. But anyways, look at, you got a nice, really nice chip here. A couple chips here. A little closer, crystal oscillator. 2 chips. Right? But also, it's not, it has a lot more other stuff. Look at all the chips in here. See? The gold corner chip here, and a couple of other chips out here, right? So there's good value for these printers. A lot of guys don't take them, but for e-waste recovery for gold, there's enough in there. It's a decent board, right? Look at these mortars and stuff also, but I think I'm just more interested in getting the board out than anything. You know, just pull a few things out. Board will be here. But there is also the wire, but like this is more of a all-in-one printer. When they're really heavy, you know they're good. You got a solid metal base, and you can throw in the shred pile. I'm not going to complain. See, look at that. The board comes out instantly. 2 flop packs here. They're very small, but there's still 2 there. I don't think these capacitors are really anything that I can tell. I don't think so. But this board there. Just gotta find out how some of this stuff comes out. Another board. I'll take this board out here. Two screws. That's all it is. A couple of jumper wires. There it is, right there. See, gold corner chip. Another very big chip with lots of bonding wires in that. Another one here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have gold plating here, right there. Crystal oscillator. There's MLCCs, but you know, I don't think there's worth to grab them. It's way too small. I mean, what are you gonna get out of that? You're gonna take, it's like a grain of sand or 1 grain of rice. It takes so much. So that board, and I'll pull the inks out. I'm just throw the inks because the ink itself, they do have a little bit of gold right there. See that? Just find a container. What I usually do, I have a container somewhere inside, but I'll just throw it like that. Store it, and then any plugs that are gold pins, you just build them up. I have other containers, but you know they're buried in old trash here. So, but that's what I'm saying. So, if I just dump it the way it is, I got the two most. Actually, I can pop this off. This mortar is easy. You know, it depends how much you want to do, right? I just want to get it ready so that I could sell it as shred versus letting it sit here. If I pop that mortar off, pull that wire, I got a mortar here. Weighs a ½ pound. Right. That's it. You know, I might just go for these couple wires while I'm here. Another mortar there, but it's too hard. That was the easy mortar. And then this also have to grab this board here. I'll figure how it comes off. But it takes a really small one here, which I thought I had. You need the right tools. You don't have the right tools, you can't take nothing apart. And you do that on purpose so you can't work on things, right? Nope. Don't have that screw here. Well, I do have. Actually, I do have it. So there's a fair amount of, you know, good boards in these things. It's worth taking out. Right, toss it in the plastic area. We'll take this off here. It's a little bit of gold plating here, but it's partial plating. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take apart some of these chips and kind of dissect them with the microscope and see exactly, you know, if I can see the gold bonding wires or what's actually in there, just to see. Some brands may not have very much or very little or very nothing, right? I just don't know. It's been a pain. So, one tantalum, another one, 3 tantalums, but very tiny. Crystal oscillator. But it does have some gold plating pins here. Right? So this is what came out of the printer. So what it is one pretty heavy mortar. Could be used for projects. You want to make stuff? It's a usable mortar, probably. That's the other board. Here. These are 3 boards that came out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 potential gold bearing chips. Okay, there it is. And the rest will just go in shred. Once I cut a couple pieces of wire off, it goes in shred. Okay, stay tuned. Yeah, I forgot to show you the other section here. Is where the printer head goes, where the inks meet the board. You also have 2 chips there, and then you have a bunch of, I would say, pretty good quality gold plating here. See that? You know, it's a really good color, good quality. So you got some gold here, and you have 2 more chips. So I would suggest you take out that also, and it's on a rail. Yeah, I just pried it off and it broke, so it's pretty easy. There's a couple of mortars here, but I have to take everything else apart, and then I'm dealing with more plastic. So well, now I have an item that probably weighs, I would say 8 to 10 pounds. 8 pounds for sure. Shreddable material, 8 pounds. That's done. Okay, let's move on. Okay, I want to show you, it's a basic printer. It's the cheapest one, very light. You have to open everything to get to it. And it's all plastic, basically. Right? It's more garbage than anything, to be honest. But this is the board here. They're all going to have similar type of, you know, they're going to have some sort of boards. I mean, some boards are a lot better. But just don't know until you start opening them up. But if they feel heavy, you know they're good. They gotta have weight behind it. I can throw this in shred. You know, that's about it. Some mortar there, but anyways. So it's got a couple boards. I'm not even sure how this one comes off. It's like it's just snapped in there, just gotta figure out how it unsnaps. I know I can break it, but and then just see how that's how cheap it is. It's taped on. See there? The board is taped on. You know, it's your contacts here. There's a chip here too. A chip here, see? You still have some material there. So it's up to you if you want to, you know, take them or strip them, but I advise to take the heavy ones, because the heavy ones are good. Light ones, like I say, don't have too much. This was off the button control, had a couple IC chips there. And the LED. There's a couple mortars here, but I don't have the right screwdriver. It's one size smaller. Since I'm this far, I would probably take the mortars off just to, you know, just for the hell of it. I'll probably pry them off. Maybe. Just pry it off, right? But normally, if I had the right screwdriver, it would be quite easy. I have it somewhere, but I'm just not planning to strip too many more. But anyways, and this one is another mortar here. And you know, you throw them in a bucket and you're gonna get mortar price, right? Doesn't weigh much, but if you have a bunch of them that do weigh, I think I got like 12 cents or 14 cents a pound for the mortars, which is not very much. But when all the prices settle down and tariffs get all rectified and prices, you know, are firm, right? Stable. When the market's stable, then prices probably come up later. But I still wouldn't hold on to these because you just don't know. There's not really much in here, to be honest. There's so little copper in here, mostly steel. But if you have time to wait, you can wait. Well, I usually sell it as I get it. If I start tripping over it, it's time to sell it. That's my theory. Okay, thanks. I'll show you the DVD drives here. What I just take out is the board. So I took 4 screws out. 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. And then all I want is this board, basically. It's just kind of clipped in here. A flat screwdriver. There it is. There. So all I really want is this board. It's not really much on it, it's just some IC chips. But I would basically just stockpile them and then separate them. Basically the rest here, I mean, I could take this mortar, the mortar here. You can take that out if you want. It's not working there. Yeah, you take this out if you wanted. It's a little mortar here. There's a mortar here, and then this usually is brass. Throw it in there, but you know, there's really not much left here. But the board is the one that's really worth money. Let's open another one. And then you just throw the rest in the shred. Just a clip holding it, that's it. There it is. Some look nicer than others, some are a little more fancy, some might be a bit older. So you have 3 chips here. Actually, another chip is 4th. And some gold plating pins here. But if you don't know for now, I would just at least cut those out if you don't want to do anything else, because they're worth more if you stockpile them. I'm going to pull, since I'm here, I'll just pull this mortar out. The screws got thinner now. It's a little bit older drive here. Yeah, it's the one that's a little more finer. But so that's an option if you wanna. See, you got so fine, these screws. You need all the different type of screws, otherwise you can't take nothing apart. So you just throw in your mortars. Take the brass off if you want. Actually, another mortar here, but It's actually on the board. See what's on the screen board here. Not really nothing to value. You can pop that motor out pretty easy if you want. Next one apart here. This one, like I say, it had another bracket on it. Take that off first. But you can go through these like not in no time, right? You got the electric drill. You can strip probably 20 of them in an hour easy. Or more. More if you want, right? Depends how far you want to go, what you want to take off it. But I used to strip them all down, then you got a bunch of plastic. At least this way, you still have some shreddable material instead of dumping it. This one's a little bit longer for some reason. Just a bit longer, so could be an older one, could have a longer board. And some boards have tantalums and stuff. It all depends on how old the unit is. This one's giving me a bit of problems. Unless the back's not opening for some reason. A lot bigger screws, a little different design. Screws are really long. Okay. It's a heavier grade wall. You can see that the metal's heavier grade. Even this one here, you have to cut it. So you get maybe better quality boards. You just go through everything the way you like. That's all I'm really taking off these. See, it's a different design. It's a plastic body. Right? That's all I'm going to take off, I think. Let's look at this motor out here. Yeah, it's just not worth it. Okay, so that's 3 stripped already. This one here. Also, the drive has a motor too, right? But, you know, depends how much time you want to spend. If you want to spend a little more time, I'll just show you this one before I stop filming. They're all built a little different, so for some reason. Even all these printers I was taking apart, no 2 printers are the same. They're all a little different. You see there's a motor right here. You didn't sell it the way it is. It's a CD in this one, but see here, you can take, if you want, you know, they're here anyways, pretty easy to get out. You have a 5-gallon pail of mortars, you probably can't pick it up, it's so heavy. So it does add up in the mortar. Yeah, another one here. It's just different, looks a little different, that's all. Different design. Because the price of the mortars are coming up slowly. Before, certain things you didn't want, then they started buying more stuff, so I'm hoping maybe another 6 months or so, everything builds up the prices and all that, right? Hard to say. Okay, that's it on the mortars or DVD drives. I'll show these old floppies here. Not really much in these things, really, to be honest. Very poor. Even the data board doesn't really have much in it. There's actually, but there's the gold plating here, right? The gold plating, but the actual chip is very small. Not that great. But like I say, I'm still just going to process what I can. Might as well try to recycle everything I can. Even though it's not big dollars or nothing, but get the other one here, screwdriver. See that? things change, the screwdrivers change. I mean, so fine. See, look how fine these things are. This is going to be the mortar here, so I'm going to pull that off. But there's not really much in here for gold recovery, really. Some mortar here. It's an IC chip there, but it's so small. I'll just open this next one here, you can see. That over here. See, it doesn't work. See, if you're not, like, I get a lot of e-waste, just demolitions and all that, and there's always something kicking somewhere, or garbage picking, street scrapping, whatever you want to call it. Okay, let's change that one over. It's amazing how that little screw is so small. The strip's easy too. Not good. It's already stripped. Anyways. Oh, it's a totally different board. So I say they're all built a little different. Never seen this board, but then I need the other screwdriver. This could be a really old one. One screw, that's it. It's just held on by the tape almost. So like this, that actually broke in half. Yeah, that board's really worth nothing. Even this one is just a gold pins basically. I'll pull maybe this one off some more. This doesn't really weigh nothing, but like I say, I'm here, a couple seconds more, it won't really matter. Let's see if I can pry this off here. It's gonna have the mortar there. Yeah, it's good to wear gloves. There's the mortar. Protects your hands, and then, you know, there could be chemicals and different things on these things. Okay, gonna continue some more. Really old DVD player. It says, yeah, DVD, right? This player. See the board? It's a better quality board. A lot more to it. So the older ones are better, obviously better, right? So there's a lot more stuff here. Probably better gold plating. This is older, right? So end result is we still want the board. You know, gold plating, look at the color of it. A lot better looking, but bigger ICs, flat packs, compared to these ones here. But this one wasn't too bad. There's a little more stuff in there, right? But I would keep all that if you want to do any gold recovery. It's all very important stuff. Some more to here. It should pop out. Heat every time I gotta change a bit. Drives you crazy. I have to get multiple screwdrivers, and I need precision screwdrivers where I'm not changing little bits like this. I have them already, like, on screwdrivers itself. Just gotta find a place that has good quality screwdrivers. It's hard to get these really fine chips here. These computer ones are always really hard to get off. It's stripped already. pull the board off. Look at the little size bucket already. It's looking. So this one is a pretty basic one. Let me just see what's in here while I'm here. But if you want to do any gold recovery, you got to save all these boards. All this stuff's, you know, you need lots of it, right? But the only chances, the more boards you get, or you can sell the boards. And I think they pay like $6 a pound or something like that. Don't pay a lot for the boards, but they do add up. You get the older ones. There's a lot more stuff in the older ones. Just self-stripping, see that? Here's some, over the chip here. It's a basic board, very small, tiny. But you know, it still adds up at the end, right? The more you come across, the more you're going to get. Don't even want this, I don't know. But there's this little shaft here is brass here, so I mean, you know, you can still get a little bit of brass recovery there. If you want, cut them off. You're easy, just to cut them off, you just go like this, go like that. And usually just break off easy, but this one's a little. Or you could just cut like that, solid brass, still get your mortar. But you know how many of these you gotta have to make a pound, right? Whatever your time is, right? I'm noticing most of these DVD players all have DVDs in them. I just want to see what the name is on this one. Either they're broken to start with. See what it is here. Huh. That's so funny. That's my kid's wedding. Why they gave me a DVD, a computer to tear apart, and this is their wedding. Isn't that a fluke? That's my kid's wedding. Wow. That is retarded. Okay. Wow, that's hard to believe. That's like, out of how many CDs I looked at, but I never really looked at them, I just chucked them. I got one of my kid's wedding here. Okay, that's unusual. Stay tuned. All the DVD drives I took apart. Oh, this is cool. This Mr. Bean's Holiday Vacation. That's probably a good one. I'm gonna grab that one off. Get that one out of here after. So that could be a good movie. Anyways, this is all stuff I stripped today. I did some VCRs. Like this one's it's like an East Indian type movie. Like, I'm not seeing very much here. I mean, there's some transistors here, but you know, like I say, I may strip this a little bit more, take the transformer off, but not really much in there. There's a lot of waste on a printer, you see. And they can't recycle the stuff, that's a problem. No one takes this type of plastic here locally. So it's just gonna go in the landfill, which is a shame. Gotta try to find a person that takes it, but nobody really takes it. Okay, let's see what else we do today. I'm gonna take off. It's cold. It's like well, it feels like it's like -10, but it's probably like 0. And it's really, really cold. It's just so damp cold out here for some reason. We're close to the ocean. Okay, stay tuned. Some free scraps on the road. So it's free right there. Free. Need some heavy stuff. I'll take that. Wow, that's really heavy actually. Oh, 40 pounds. Oh, wow, that's a heavy head. Can't believe it. Yeah, I was coming from my storage, and then I saw that on the side of the road and had to do a U-turn, basically, to grab it. I saw a microwave by a garbage bin up the road. That's a heavy one. Wow. I'd say about 80 pounds there between all of it. Dishwasher side of the road. It's plasticky, but a piece of copper on it, at least. Pretty long piece of copper. Got a piece of copper on there. I can take it. I don't like taking plastic ones, but I think I'll take that one. I think I'll take it. It's pretty heavy. Plastic one, it's pretty heavy. Nice piece of copper there. I'm gonna scratch that mortar. See if it's copper. I'm always curious when I see these mortars, right? No copper there. That's the problem, huh? It's hard to find copper nowadays. Okay, let's move on. I just talked to a guy over there. He told me I could take all this metal here. I guess the people left everything behind here, a lot of bicycles and everything, and I'm gonna bring my truck back, grab it all. I'm gonna give him my card, so I want to confirm he's the property manager. He told me so. So I have a big truck. I'll bring my big truck and I'll take it right now.
Okay.
All the metal. I'll take everything here, right?
Yes, I was gonna get a scrapper to come in.
Yeah.
anyway.
Okay. No, I appreciate it. Like I say, I do a lot of scrapping and stuff, right?
My name is Danny.
I'm Phil.
I'll probably be giving you a call from time to time.
Yeah. Is there any no e-waste or no electronic computers or anything kicking around here?
Whatever you see is whatever.
Okay. There's nothing inside here, right? That's metal, right? So. Okay, I'll come back in about maybe.
I told my guy to separate.
Okay, good. I'll come back in about maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Okay.
Sounds good. Okay, take care. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna fill this in. I don't know how heavy it's gonna be. Let's throw that in. I also got a bracket here. Okay, I'm gonna fill this in now. Pick all those bicycles up around the corner. Okay, stay tuned. Bumpers and frames. E-waste. Two cable boxes. That's good. Happy about that. Computer. Got one RAM in there. One card. CPU. It's all bikes. I made a mistake. I should have grabbed that thing. I should have grabbed it later. That's okay. I'll get it in. So much metal here. Oh. A little more here. Another box of some sort. I'll show you more as I keep filming. Loading it. It's pretty dark. Okay, here's my load here. One computer. There's still more stuff. I'm come back tomorrow. It's just too much stuff. There's aluminum wheel here. Tires worth $5 with aluminum together. Got a half decent mortar, copper mortar looks like. A little bit e-waste. There's a lot of bikes. I want to separate some of these aluminum rims and that, I'll do that. There's a TV set there. There's so right now. So a few things left behind, a few TV sets, I think. No, the copper's still there. I see a circuit board here. There's barbecue, there's some appliances over there.